All right, welcome to section 1.6, tables and graphs. The goal is to use tables to organize data and use graphs to organize real-life data. The word data is plural, and it means information, facts, or numbers that describe something. Today, for our lesson, we're going to look at bar and line graphs. So bar graphs and line graphs are used to organize data. So example 1. The data in the table shows the number of passenger cars produced by 3 auto manufacturers. So 1970, 75, 80, 85, 1990, 1995. What we need to do is since the first question states during which 5-year period did the total passenger car production decrease the most? First thing that we need to do is we need to calculate the cost for all 3 companies, A, B, and C. So if I calculate the first one, it's going to be 6269. If I calculate the second one, it's going to be 6390. If I do the third one, 6011, 7789, 4859, and 4488. Now you can tell that from 6269 to 6390, it's going to go up. From 6390 to 6011, it's going to go down, up, down, and down. So this means that there's an increase, this means there's a decrease, increase, decrease, and a decrease. So we want to know during which 5-year period did the total passenger car production decrease the most. So we're looking at these decreased amounts. So I know between 6390 and 6011, that's a decrease of 379. I know between 7789 and 4859, that's a decrease of 2930. And between 4859 and 4488, that's a decrease of negative 371. So during which 5-year period did the total passenger car production decrease the most? Well, we can tell it decreased the most right here, and that was between 1980 and 1985. Or sorry, 1985 and 1990. Then it asks, which year did it increase the most? So to find out the increase, we'd have to take the bigger number minus the smaller number, and it would have an increase of 121. This would have an increase of 1778. So obviously we can tell the biggest increase is 1778 going from 1980 to 1985. You can go ahead and try the U practice, and when you get done, you can check with Mr. Witkowski for the answers. Example number 2. Use the table below to draw a line graph to organize the data for Company A's passenger car production. We're only doing Company A, and we're going to make a line graph. Now, to save time, I already pre-made up my graph. I made my years go by 5s. We're not using the entire graph, but we're using a lot of it. And so these are going by 5. So 1970, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. On my y-axis, I have the passenger car production in thousands. Now, if I really want to get good, I should probably label my axes so that I know that this is my year. And I know that on my y-axis, this will be the passenger car production in thousands. It's always a good idea to label it so that way whoever's looking at my graph knows what each of the axes represents. Now all we need to do is we need to go through and we need to mark down what we have. So 1970, we know that there were 1273. So about 1273, halfway is going to be 13, so 1273 is hopefully right there. Since we're making a line graph, all we're going to do is we're going to make the different dots, and then we're going to connect the dots going from left to right. In 1975, I know it's going to be 903. So I'm going to go up to 903, which is about halfway between 800 and 1,000. For 1980, I know it's 639. So 639 is going to be pretty close to 600. For 1985, I know it's going to be 1266. So I'm going to go up to 1266. Or about. We have to estimate because obviously our scale is not perfect. In 1990, I know it's 727. And in 1995, it's 577. So now I'm just going to connect the dots. If I have a straight edge, it's probably a good idea. I don't know where mine's at right now, so I'm just going to do the best freehand that I can. And you can see my line graph. So the first question says, during which 5-year period did Company A's passenger car production decrease the least? So we want to find out where it decreased the least. So obviously it looks like it decreased the most right here because going down, it looks like this would be the biggest slope going down. So if I'd say from 1985 to 1990, which is the second question, but we are trying to find out where it decreased the least. So to decrease the least, I think this slope is a little less than this slope. It's not as steep right here. So I'd say from 1990 to 1995. So you're going to be using these same ideas to answer questions for Company B and also for Company C.